my name's Liz, I'm the baker that sews. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you are a subscriber. As always, it's really lovely to have you here as I share my sewing journey. So welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be one of my Sunday sewing catch-ups, and I haven't filmed one of these for absolutely ages. I've got my notebook in front of me, I've got lots of bits and bobs that I want to talk to you about. But before I dive into all of that and before I tell you what I'm wearing, I wanted to say Happy New Year. I've already put out a video where I was talking about my Make 9 plans for 2024. I don't think I said Happy New Year in that video, so Happy New Year. I hope if you celebrate Christmas you had a really lovely break. I had a really lovely break with my family. It's been really chilled, quite low key. We haven't really travelled anywhere, which has just been so lovely. My husband and I are both teachers, and autumn 2 was so exhausting. It was an 8-week half term. Throw in there nativity, Christmas rehearsals, I had Ofsted inspection, parents evening. It was just so exhausting. And when we broke up, it was my husband's birthday, so even when we broke up we still had lots of things going on. So we have really enjoyed a much needed break, and it's just been fantastic. We've all been a little bit poorly over Christmas as well, so we have really just embraced doing nothing really. We've watched lots of films together, we've eaten lots of lovely food, and we've spent a lot of time on our sofa all snuggled up under blankets, and it's just been perfect. So because of that, I actually haven't done a huge amount of sewing. I have really embraced the crochet this Christmas. It's just been the absolute perfect kind of craft to have, because I can still be part of what my family are doing, still prioritising sort of rest and self-care, but still very much being part of everything. So yeah, I hope you all had a really lovely Christmas and Happy New Year. Really excited about another year and all the lovely things that I'm hopefully going to be getting up to. We've got possibly, well I say possibly, but I know that will definitely happen actually. We've got an appointment in a few weeks, but Ruby will be having some pretty major surgery this year, so I know that's going to take up quite a lot of our time, and I think it's going to be quite a long process. I will update you once I know more. We've got an appointment in a few weeks, so yeah, then we'll take it from there and kind of figure out a plan of making sure that it all goes smoothly. So let me tell you what I'm wearing. I am wrapped up nice and cozy and warm. I'm actually wearing a plain dress, and I've been really embracing just using plain fabrics over the last sort of 2 months, I would say, because I've got loads of jazzy like necklaces and earrings and things, and I want to be able to wear them with my outfits, and I've found having some plain garments in my wardrobe has meant that I can wear some of my jazzier jewellery. I am just going to embrace even more colour this year and just throw on jewellery, even if it clashes a little bit with what I'm wearing. Still going to continue embracing patterns and prints and things, but I have been enjoying making a couple of things that are in a plain fabric. So I have got on a True Bias Nico dress. I actually made this dress for Lola, but I made it in a size where we could both share. And she's been enjoying wearing a couple of the dresses I've made for myself, and equally I've been enjoying wearing a couple of dresses I've made for her. So it's just a grey rib knit fabric that I got from the New Craft House. It's really lovely and cozy. I've got on a Punky Pins dinosaur necklace that I got as a Christmas present in all these pastel colours. I'm looking forward to wearing that to school because I know the children will absolutely love it. And then I've got on a, is it Megan Nielsen, I think the pattern designer is, the Hevea jacket in this really lovely quilted fabric, just as a, almost like a cardigan. And that's what I've been really enjoying, kind of wearing the Hevea jacket as like a cardigan over the top of an outfit. I'll stand up so you can see. I have got tights on, so I think you can see the line of tights because it is quite chilly. It's quite a straightforward pattern. It has got these side slits, which makes it a lot easier to move. I've got the long sleeves, not that you can tell because I've got this jacket on, and then it's got the almost like roll neck kind of polo neck band on as well. I've got some sapphire frills, lightning bolt earrings in kind of pastel-y shade to go with all the kind of pastel-y prints, and I did have my boots on, but I have taken them off because I've got home. So that is what I'm wearing. Like I said, Christmas was really lovely and really chilled at home. Finished on my husband's birthday, so we spent the rest of that day celebrating as a family, and then my husband and I went out for dinner. The next day I took Lola to see the Nutcracker at the Royal Opera House, and it was absolutely incredible. That's definitely going to be a Christmas tradition of ours moving forward. Absolutely magical. Then the next day I got poorly. I think I got food poisoning. So the 23rd and the 24th, I was actually really poorly. Ended up sleeping for a whole 24 hours. Then we all got colds over Christmas. Ruby's still suffering with a tickly cough, feeling a little bit under the weather. But back to normal next week. All of us are back to work, back to school. And I am looking forward to a little bit of a routine. I'm not looking forward to getting up quite so early, but I'm looking forward to seeing the children, catching up with colleagues, and I'm looking forward to getting back into a bit of a routine. So I did have a break from filming. My confidence, if I'm honest, kind of took a little bit of a dip during December for lots of different reasons. There's been things going on, not just on the internet, but outside of the internet as well. So I did feel a little bit kind of, not down, but my confidence definitely dipped, and I just didn't feel motivated to film. I also didn't really have the time to film because of Christmas stuff going on at work and also markets and things. But I am very much looking forward to getting back into a regular kind of routine of filming. And my Sunday sewing catch-ups are back, and I'm going to be filming those every Sunday unless something crops up, but generally I'll film those and get those out to you every Sunday. I spent the day a few days ago filming lots of videos, so I have got 2 more videos ready to come out. So you'll get a video on a Wednesday, Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday, and then hopefully I'll get some time to film some more videos. If there are any videos that you like watching me kind of film and give to you, that doesn't make any sense, but if there are any particular videos that you like, please let me know in the comments below, because I will take that on board. I've got a fabric haul video coming up, and then I've got an alternative to Make 9 plans. So I have got my Make 9s plan video out already, where I'm talking about fabrics that I'm using, but I've also got a different Make 9 plans video coming out as well, which I'm very excited about sharing that with you. That's not going to come out until a week on Wednesday, because I've got a fabric haul video that I want to share with you on Wednesday. So the following Wednesday I'll share that alternative Make 9 plans video. But I just wanted to say a huge thank you to everybody that follows me, that supports me, that comments on my videos and likes my videos. All last year I was rubbish at replying to people, really rubbish, and that is something that I want to get better at doing this year. I just really struggled to fit everything in last year, and actually Christmas came at a brilliant time because I think I was kind of a little bit burnt out, so it was great to have a couple of weeks to just chill out. So I want to get on top of replying, or even just putting a little, I think there's an option to like your comment. But I just wanted to say I'm really sorry. I'm not ignoring anybody. I do read all the comments. I just sometimes read it when I'm in the middle of doing something else, and then I don't get a chance to go back and reply. Filming videos takes up a huge amount of time, and editing the videos takes up a huge amount of time as well. It's something I absolutely love doing, but I'd rather prioritise filming and editing videos and getting them out to you. But yes, I am going to try and get better at replying to everybody. So apologies if you have been waiting for me to get back to you. I really do appreciate you watching my videos, and I really appreciate all the comments and just support. It's really, really lovely, and I love being part of this community as well. I do feel like I've got this online kind of community of friends, so I appreciate every single one of you. So on to what I wanted to share with you. So I've got a Christmas present that I wanted to share. I've already shared this dinosaur necklace, but I was very lucky and I got a Tatty Divine necklace as well. And I've wanted this for ages. It's a sewing machine necklace. I've got loads of the Smile and Make necklaces, which I absolutely love. But they're quite big necklaces, and sometimes I quite like wearing just a smaller necklace. So this is absolutely gorgeous. Hopefully you can see it properly, but it just says Tatty Divine on there. And then I went to Liberty over Christmas. Every year my family all choose a different decoration for the Christmas tree, and Ruby and Lola chose one from Liberty, and I got the sewing machine decoration from Liberty as well, and then my husband chooses a different one. It makes our tree look quite bright and colourful and quite random, but I really love it. And every time we get the box decorations out, I'm just reminded of where we've got the decorations from. So a little bit of a tangent, but yeah, that was the necklace that I got. It's absolutely beautiful. I've got a little bit of new artwork behind me. So my husband got me this beautiful print. I don't think it's a print actually. It's a drawing by somebody. It's an artist. If I can find their website, I'll link them down below, but it's an artist that every Christmas they have a stall at the market that we're at in Isleworth. And this is a little drawing of Kew Gardens, which you can see my reflection in there. My husband and I spend a lot of time, and we spend a lot of time there with Ruby and Lola as well. We actually went on New Year's Eve. That's one of our kind of family traditions, that we go to the Kew, the Christmas at Kew. We do it on New Year's Eve every year. We've done it for like the last 5 years on New Year's Eve. It's a really nice thing to do. So my husband got that gorgeous print for me for Christmas, which is just absolutely beautiful, for one of our favourite places to go as a family. And then I've just knocked them over, but a parent, I've got a print by the parent as well. I think it's out in the hallway. I got a gift from a parent of a child in my nursery, and she's made these beautiful flowers out of felt. They're absolutely gorgeous. I might just go and grab the print because the print is equally beautiful. So I've just got those in my little sewing space. Let me just grab the picture. And this is the picture, which is absolutely beautiful as well. Just thought it was such a lovely gift to get. I love getting handmade gifts. It was really thoughtful of that parent. And I really like my little addition to my sewing space. I have had a bit of a tidy up actually behind me. Been doing a little bit of decluttering and sorting. I've been through all of my fabric stash. I went through all of my patterns and I've condensed them. I got rid of any patterns that I knew that I wasn't going to sew, that I've had maybe in my stash from when I first started sewing, and I've donated those to charity shop. It felt really good actually to go through all of my patterns and just get a handle on where various things were, because I find I am quite a messy sewist. So I do find that sometimes my sewing space does get a little bit messy and a little bit disorganised. So it was good to go through it and have a resort and put everything back where it needed to go. So those were all the little presents that I wanted to share with you. There was lots of other bits and bobs like, you know, sewing needles and threads and ribbons and that kind of thing. But those were the main things that I wanted to share with you. I don't know if the parent has got a website. If they have, I'll link it down below. But those two presents were just absolutely gorgeous. And then I love my print from my husband. It was really thoughtful. So what have I been making? Can't remember the last thing that I shared with you. There are a few Christmas things that I'm going to be sharing with you in this video. I haven't been making a huge amount in terms of sewing, but I have been really enjoying the crochet. I'll start with the sewing first, because I think it's been over a month since I shared things that I've made. I got this gold plissé fabric from Rainbow Fabrics, and this was for Lola. Lola chose this, and she just wanted a really simple gathered party skirt, and that's exactly what I've done. Didn't follow a pattern because it was literally 2 big rectangles gathered onto a piece of elastic. So I just bought some wide elastic from my local fabric shop, and I've just gathered the 2 pieces of rectangles, sewed them for side seams and gathered them onto the skirt. She absolutely loves it. It's the perfect, really simple party skirt. If I stand up, you can see it's a plissé fabric, so you've got that kind of gathered effect anyway, but it is really heavily gathered, obviously on both sides, really swishy. And then what I decided to do was, the fabric had a natural sort of black strip at the bottom. So instead of hemming it, we've just gone with that black strip at the bottom. And it gives a really nice effect actually, because it matches the elastic at the top. So there we go. That was one of the things. That was a nice speedy sew, because I did find that my sojo kind of dipped over Christmas as well. It was nice to have the crochet because I still felt like I was making things, but I didn't really want to sew a huge amount. So it was nice to have that project because it was quite a quick project. I don't have photos of her wearing that skirt. All the times that she wore it, it was either around the house or when we were out, and I just didn't think to get photos. If I can get photos of her wearing it before I edit this video, I'll put it in. Yeah, she has absolutely loved wearing that skirt, and she can't wait to wear it any opportunity, which is just really lovely to see. I made myself a couple of really simple gathered skirts using some Christmas fabric, so I'll share those. This fabric I've had in my stash since last year, when Faye Studio Jepson got rid of all of her fabrics, and she did these massive bundle boxes where you got tons of fabric for like various prices. This was included, and I had 1 meter of this fabric, and I was desperate to turn it into a skirt. So I've turned it into I followed the free tutorial by Alice Irvine for the flat fronted skirt, and I was able to just about squeeze out a gathered skirt in this fabric out of 1 meter. So it's just got the flat fronted waistband, and then it's gathered at the back. I thought this fabric was really fun. It's red. Red's not my favourite colour. Lots of people know that I'm not a massive fan of the colour red, but I really loved all of those Christmas jumpers all over it. And then I just paired it with a pink jumper that got off Vinted. I have got pictures of me wearing this, so I can share that with you, but it's a really simple gathered skirt. Because I only had a metre, I've had to make that slightly shorter than I would normally wear a skirt, but actually it was fine with tights and boots. And then inspired by that, I wanted another Christmas skirt. So I think I got this fabric from Pound Fabrics. I think I bought a few of their Christmas cottons. This one I fell in love with because it's sloths on baubles, and I just thought it was super cute. When I wore it to school, the children absolutely loved it. It's just a navy cotton poplin. It's got like snow effect all over it, and then these sloths, like I said, on baubles with pine all over it as well. Followed exactly the same tutorial, the Alice Irvine flat fronted skirt. So you've got the flat fronted waistband there, and then it's gathered at the back. I was able to make this slightly longer because I had 2 meters of this fabric, but it's a really straightforward skirt with the sloths on. I didn't get photos of me wearing this. I wore it to work a couple of times, but I didn't manage to get any photos. But I really enjoyed wearing that, and it was nice to have a couple of Christmas skirts because I've got quite a lot of Christmas dresses, but it was nice to have a few skirts that I could pair with some of my tops and things and some of my cozy jumpers. I also sewed up 2 advent calendars at the start of December. So I went to the Southern Social, which is run by Sequin Girly, the lovely Sam. Really enjoyable social to go along to. I've been to 2 now, and I'm hoping to go to a few in the new year. But I knew that I wanted to enjoy just chatting to people. I knew that I wanted to enjoy just being there and enjoying sewing. I didn't want to take anything too complicated. And I'd had a really busy week in the run up to that. I think I'd had a couple of markets going on, so I knew that I was going to feel quite tired. So I decided to take a advent calendar to sew up. And I bought a Dashwood Studio advent calendar panel from the Fabric Fox. So you just had to cut out the windows and the doors and then stitch those onto the fabric panel. It was like a house with lots of snow and things. And then I put some wadding in the middle and then put some cotton poplin on the back, attached loops at the top, and then did some quilting on the fabric as well. I actually don't have it with me because I made it for school, but I have got pictures that I'll put in now. And I used it with the children as our advent calendar. And what I did each day was I put their names in randomly for each of the doors. And then I just put a Christmas sticker in there, and the joy on their faces when it was their turn to put their hand in this little pocket on the advent calendar and get a Christmas sticker was just so lovely. They were so excited by getting a little Christmas sticker. It was really lovely. So I'm really looking forward to getting that out every year and using it with my class. And then I also made another one because I teach the afternoon nursery, and then I've got a friend who teaches the morning nursery. And I thought it might get a bit confusing to have one advent calendar for both classes. So I ended up making another one. And I had this in my stash. Again, I think I got this from Faye Studio Jetson in one of the bundles. It was just a really straightforward advent calendar. And again, I just cut out the pockets, stitched them onto the front. It was basically like a jigsaw puzzle. So you cut out all of the pockets and then you just matched the pocket to the picture on the background. So underneath number 4 was exactly the same picture, and then you just stitch it over the top and obviously leave the top open so you can put things in. And I decided to put stickers in, and that's what my friend did as well. I decided to put loops at the top so we could put bamboo through there and hang it. And then it's just got gingham fabric on the back, and then you can see that it's quilted. There's just some wadding in between the 2 different layers. So yeah, it was really nice to be able to do 2 of those, and actually a really enjoyable, quite methodical thing to kind of sew up. And like I said, I loved taking it to school, and I loved each day the children just being able to choose the sticker if their name was in that pocket. So the other things that I've been sewing was, I've made a start on, I think I shared this ages ago, this gorgeous viscose linen fabric that I got from the Fabric Godmother. I nearly said New Craft House. It's not the New Craft House. I got it from Fabric Godmother with some birthday vouchers that my friends got me. I've almost finished this. I just need to attach the bias binding to the neckline, and I need to hem the dress. The reason I had to stop was because my iron broke. So we're waiting for a new iron to arrive and then I'll be able to finish the dress. But I've done everything on this dress apart from add the bias binding to the neckline and hem it. And the pattern that I've used is the New Craft House Everyday Dress. I'll put a picture in now of what it looks like just in case you're not familiar with the pattern. But if I hold it up, you'll be able to see. Haven't got photos because it's not finished, but it's got this gorgeous puff sleeve detail that you finish with a cuff. And then the bodice will be slightly open at the back. I think you're supposed to attach a button, but I tend to extend the bias binding neckline so that I can do ties. And then it's got this gorgeous gathered skirt, which I think is just absolutely beautiful. And then it's got pockets as well. So I'm really looking forward to getting that finished. I think I'm going to be able to layer it up so I can wear it over the winter and then also spring, summertime. Absolutely love this fabric. I think that green is so gorgeous and so vibrant. And I'm really excited about having this in my wardrobe. Had this cut out for absolutely ages, but then my sojo just dipped. I didn't really have time for sewing either. And then over Christmas, I finally felt inspired to have a go at sewing. So it was nice that this was already cut out, ready to go, because it meant I could just get straight on with the project when I was itching to start sewing. So yeah, once my iron arrives, I can finish it by hemming it, and then I can add the bias binding neckline, but that's almost finished. I'll update and share photos once I manage to get that finished. And then I've got some grey quilted fabric. It's kind of like a sweatshirting fabric, I think it was described as, from Pound Fabrics. And I'm going to be sharing this in a fabric haul on Wednesday. I bought it originally to turn it into hot water bottle covers, but when it arrived, it was actually a little bit too flimsy for what I wanted it to be turned into. So I've ended up with about 4 meters of this fabric. And I wanted, I felt like I needed some more kind of loungewear garments for when I'm at home. So when I get home from work and I want to cook the dinner, I don't want to cook the dinner in some of my nicer clothes because I'm a bit of a messy cook. I end up splashing things all over me. I wanted to be able to change into something that was quite loose fitting, would keep me cozy when it's cold. And I bought a pattern over Christmas called the LB Pullover by Paper Theory Patterns, which I'm going to talk about. And I've already got a few loungewear patterns. So when I was sorting through my stash, I felt inspired to have a go at sewing up the LB Pullover. Ruby wants me to make one for them. So I thought it was the perfect opportunity actually to test out the pattern, see what the length of the sleeves were, see what the fit is like, and then also make some really loose fitting loungewear kind of trousers. And that's exactly what I've done. They're nothing fancy, it's just in a grey quilted jersey fabric. Don't have photos of me in this either, because it's not an outfit that I would wear out of the house. But I will show you, right, the trousers. Oh no, let me show you the jumper first. It's I don't think it's a new pattern. I don't know how long this pattern's been out for, but so it seems like everybody has been loving this pattern recently. It was a pattern that I hadn't really come across before, but quite a few people have been making it and talking about it. So I think I listened to the New Craft House podcast and they mentioned this pattern quite a few times. So I bought the pattern. It looks like the perfect jumper pattern for Ruby. They really loved the look of it, and that, to be honest, was my motivation for buying it. So I've just sewn up the LB pullover in this grey jersey fabric. It's a quilted fabric, feels quite nice and warm. And then what I really like about the pullover pattern is it's quite a wide neck, but you have got that like funnel neck, so it feels quite warm and cozy. It's got a dropped shoulder and then you just simply hem it. I've made it for me. Ruby's tried it on. They want the sleeves to be slightly longer, and if I'm honest, on me, I feel like I could have added maybe 2 centimeters onto the length of the sleeve. And they also want it to be slightly longer in the body as well. It's fine for me and I can tuck it into the trousers and it feels fine, but I think they just want it to be like super snuggly and warm. So I'm really glad actually that I've trialed it. I think I'm going to get lots of wear out of this as just throw on jumper to wear at home when I get home from work and I've got other things that I need to do at home. Like I said, really simple, straightforward. It's not a very exciting make, but I know it's going to be a really practical make. And then the trousers, I'm just going to remind myself of what pattern I used. I used the Swim Style Patterns Lara loungewear pattern, and the loungewear set, you get a t-shirt and some shorts, and I basically just lengthened the shorts. I didn't do anything fancy. I literally just drew a line going down to the length that I wanted them to be, and then I've ended up hemming them quite deeply because they did end up quite long. I don't know if you can see, that's quite a deep hem. There's no pockets in them. I didn't need pockets because I'm literally just going to wear them around the house for when I'm cooking and when I'm cleaning and when I'm doing like messy things where I don't want to get my clothes ruined. They've just got an elasticated waistband and they're really straightforward wide-legged trousers, which is exactly what I wanted. Super slouchy and really, really comfortable. So yeah, they're going to be perfect just for wearing around the house, and I'm very excited about putting them on this evening actually to cook dinner. So that's all of the things that I've been busy sewing. The next thing I wanted to share with you was some crochet. So I have been really busy over Christmas, really enjoying crochet. So I've got a few things that I want to share with you. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen quite a few of these because I've already shared pictures of the hat, scarf and fingerless gloves and the twisted knot headband. So for all of the crochet, I followed patterns. I can't remember, and I should have written it down, the hat and the fingerless gloves pattern. I can't remember what it was, but I'll put a picture in now and I'll link all the patterns that I followed down below. I'm really sorry about that. I should have written it down. But the wool I got from Wool Warehouse. I chose it, my husband bought it and wrapped it up for Christmas, so they were Christmas presents. This is the hat, and the wool I absolutely love. It's this kind of ombre effect, purple and green and grey, I was going to say fabric, wool. And then I made a pom-pom to go on the top of the hat. I've absolutely loved wearing it. I'm so thrilled with the hat. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Perfect for the cold weather that we've got at the moment. Really pleased and really enjoyable to crochet up actually. Not as hard as I thought it was going to be. So that's the first thing. Then I crocheted some fingerless gloves, again in the same wool from Wool Warehouse. Really lovely. I'll put them on so you can see. Cozy. I think they're going to be practical for work when I still need to be able to access my fingers to help with various things in the garden, but that's what they look like. Again, really, really cozy. I really want to have a go at crocheting some mittens now actually. That's next on my list. And then the other thing that I've crocheted is a scarf, and I didn't follow a pattern for this. I just made a chain of what the width was that I wanted the scarf to be, did a row of double crochet, and then I've done treble crochet all along, granny stripe I think they call it, all along. And I wanted a really, really, really long scarf, so this took quite a few balls of wool because I wanted to be able to wrap it quite a few times, oops, around myself. And then I also wanted tassels on the end, so I've tied tassels onto both ends of the scarf as well. I've worn this every day since I made it. It is exactly what I wanted in a scarf. So cozy and warm and snuggly and just perfect. So I've really enjoyed wearing that. And then I followed a pattern for a twisty knot headband by Pigeon's Nest Crochet. I learnt to sew following their tutorials and patterns. They're absolutely amazing, very beginner friendly, really hold your hand throughout the process. And I've actually signed up to their Patreon where you get lots of different things, like you'll get free patterns, you get colour palettes sent to you, you get discount codes, a podcast you can listen to, and then there's also Crochet and Chill where there's like a Zoom chat that you can get involved in and crochet along and meet people, which is really lovely. I absolutely love their patterns. I'll link them down below. I have honestly learnt to crochet and grown my confidence by following their patterns. I would highly recommend them. So yeah, I followed a tutorial to make a twist knot headband. I don't think I suit this. I'll put it on so you can see. I think my hair's too short, so I've actually given it to Lola because she suits it much better than I do. I feel like my hair, I mean, you can give me your honest opinion, but I feel like my hair's too short for me to wear it. I think if I was going to make it again for me, I'd probably make it thinner, narrower, because I feel like it's squashing my hair against my neck. So I've actually given it to Lola and she really enjoys wearing it. But I have got plans to have a go at crocheting another one, but I won't do it quite as thick next time. But yeah, I've really enjoyed crochet. I'm in the process of crocheting a scarf for my husband, and I'm also having a go at following a pattern to crochet a beret. and I've been working on it for the last couple of months, but I've got a jumper in progress as well. I just do a couple of rows on the jumper every so often, so I think that's going to take me a long time, but I've been enjoying some of the quicker projects that I know I can get done in a couple of hours, and I'm really excited about trying the beret pattern as well. Any of the patterns that I've put pictures in of or mentioned, I'll link it all down below for you as well. But I'd highly recommend the Pigeon's Nest for crochet patterns. Really supportive and really straightforward to follow as well. So that's everything that I have been crocheting or sewing and what I've been getting up to. I have got some fabric to share with you. I'm not going to share all of the fabrics that I've been buying recently because I've got a massive fabric haul video that's been filmed that's coming out on Wednesday, but there's a few that I wanted to share with you because I have got plans for some of these fabrics. So I've got 2 pieces of brushed rib knit fabric that I got from Sew Me Sunshine. I can't remember if I've shared these with you. I don't think I have because I don't think they'd arrived. One is in this gorgeous lilac purple. This is going to be turned into a True Bias Nico dress. I'm very excited about that because it's a brushed rib knit. I think it's just going to be so cozy and warm. And then I've got exactly the same fabric but in a khaki colourway. And again, I'm going to turn that into a Nico dress. And I think that's going to be so cozy and warm. Then I've got some lace fabric that I got from the New Craft House. It's this beautiful black lace that's got this like blue leopard print effect all over. It's absolutely stunning. I bought this to turn into the Fabric Godmother peony dress. I wanted to get it sewn up for the peony party that was over on Instagram ages ago. Didn't get the chance to turn it into that, ran out of time. But I've definitely got plans still to turn this into the Fabric Godmother peony dress. I just need to do a little bit of research because it's a lace. I need to do a little bit of research about inserting the zip. If anyone's got any top tips on how to insert a zip when you're working with a delicate fabric like this, please let me know. I've already got a black bodycon dress that I'm going to wear underneath this, so you'll really get that pop of the blue leopard print. But I think it'll just make a really pretty peony dress. So I'm very excited about that. Haven't cut it out yet. It's still in a long piece of fabric, but I've definitely got plans to turn that into the peony dress. And then I bought lots of fabric from Rainbow Fabrics over Christmas because they had a 50% off sale, and Ruby wanted me to make them some loungewear in really cozy fabric, and we came across a pink kind of velour stretch, almost like velour velvet stretch fabric on their website, and it is so soft and snuggly. This is what it looks like. It's in this gorgeous kind of pinky, dusky pink colourway. It's so soft. I cannot tell you how soft it is. Rubes is very excited about this being turned into loungewear. So I'm just going to use the LB pullover pattern by Paper Theory Patterns to make the jumper. And then I'm going to use the Tilly and the Buttons Juno pyjama pattern to make some bottoms because they want quite fitted bottoms in this gorgeous fabric. So soft. Really snuggly, and I think it's going to be perfect for what Ruby wants. So I've got 3 meters of that fabric, so that's definitely enough to turn into the pullover and the bottoms. And then I couldn't resist this fabric from Rainbow Fabrics. It was really cheap, mint green glittery sequin fabric. I can just see this being turned into a really fun party skirt, and that's exactly what I'm going to do with it. Really love it. I think it's a really fun, shiny, glittery, sparkly fabric. So I'm going to turn that into a skirt. I think I'm just going to gather it onto an elastic waistband and make it nice and simple. So that was all the fabric. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the pattern that I've bought, which is called the LB Pullover by Paper Theory Patterns. Like I said, lots of different people have been talking about this pattern over on Instagram, but it was the New Craft House podcast that encouraged me because they mentioned this pattern quite a few times to go and buy it. And when I looked at the pattern, I checked with Ruby if that was the kind of look and feel that they were going for or wanted me to make them in terms of their sort of loungewear, and they were really pleased with the style and the look of the pattern, so I bought it. I've printed it. I sent it for copy shop printing at the Fold line, and it looks like the perfect, quite straightforward to sew jumper that hopefully we're all going to really enjoy wearing. So it's by Paper Theory. In terms of sizes, it comes in sizes 6 to 28. It's described as a quick and easy jumper, full length sleeves, like I said, with the version that I've sewn, I feel like I could, maybe I've got long arms, but I think next time I'm going to add an inch to the sleeves, because it feels like it stops ever so slightly sort of here, whereas the vibe I want is like long sleeves so I can feel all snuggly and warm. So I think I'm going to add a little bit of length to the sleeves. It can be made in a woven because it's got quite a wide neck. As you can see on the version that I've sewn up, you can see that it's got a really wide neck, and you can sew it up in stretch fabrics that have got quite a low stretch as well. In terms of fabric recommendations, they recommend low to medium stretch woven fabrics like sweatshirting fabric, ponte and a knitted jersey. It doesn't have a hemband on, you just hem it at the bottom, and it's got those dropped shoulder sleeves as well. It does come together really quickly. It was quite a speedy sew, and there's a range of fabrics that you can sew it in as well. So I'm really looking forward to getting that sewn up for Ruby, and then hopefully I'll be able to sew a few more as well, if that is the kind of fit and feel that they really enjoy wearing as well. The next thing I wanted to talk about was 2 new sewing podcasts. I've listened to both of them and they're both absolutely fantastic. I've got them written down because I don't want to say any of the names incorrectly in terms of what they've titled the podcast. So the first podcast is called Sew What's New in the Biscuit Tin, and it's by the lovely Sam, who is Sequin Girly, and Jess, who is Sew What If I Sew. The first episode is out now. I'll link it down below. I think you can get it on Apple, Spotify and Amazon, and it's the same for the second podcast that I'm going to talk about as well. Really enjoyed listening to the Sew What's New in the Biscuit Tin. I will remember what that's called eventually. Really relaxed feel. Jess and Sam work really well together. Just sounds like 2 really good friends chatting about sewing. In the first episode, they were talking about what type of biscuit you are. And I asked my family, and my family said that they thought I was a party ring because of all the lovely colourful fabrics that I like to use. So I quite like the idea of being a party ring. But yeah, I thought it was quite interesting thinking about yourself as a biscuit and what type of biscuit you would be. So I really enjoyed listening to that. I think that's coming out every 2 weeks, so fortnightly. I've subscribed. I've already left them a review because I really enjoyed listening to it. It was just like listening to Sewing Friends. It was a really enjoyable podcast to listen to. And then the second one is called the So Disorganised Pod, and it's by Mari, who is So Disorganised over on Instagram. Her first episode of the podcast is out, and it's all about sewing trends for 2024. I thought this was a really interesting podcast to listen to. I definitely learned quite a lot listening to it. I felt really inspired to sew and quite motivated to sew by the end of it as well. And the different trends that were discussed in the podcast were really interesting as well. There's a Instagram page for both of the sewing podcasts, which I'll link down below. And I'll also link to both of the podcasts. The So Disorganised pod was over an hour long, but it went really quickly. I think I listened to it as I was hoovering all the pine needles after we took our Christmas tree out. But it was a really enjoyable episode to listen to. Both podcasts they were both really easy to listen to. And yeah, I just felt like I was listening to Sewing Friends. I think because I follow all of them on Instagram and on YouTube, I've just enjoyed watching their videos and watching their stories and seeing what they share on all of those platforms already. I really felt like I knew them. So it was just like listening to Sewing Friends. Both really enjoyable podcasts to listen to, so I would highly recommend them. I'll link it all down below for you. If you haven't already given them a listen, I would definitely recommend that you go and listen to both of them. And then I wanted to give a little mention to a small sewing channel. I'm trying to do this every Sunday. I'm trying to pick a small sewing channel to mention. And the sewing channel is by Jessica, and it's called Thready Stitch Sew. She's got a whole host of videos over on her YouTube channel, from unboxings of the pink subscription box, I think it's called. I'm probably saying that completely wrong. So Haley Jane subscription boxes, there's fabric hauls, pattern reviews, there's loads of Vlogmas videos that you can watch on her channel as well. Really enjoyable to watch, and yeah, just really enjoyed watching the videos. It'd be really great if you go and give her a little follow and watch some of her videos too. So I always like to finish with my sewing plans, and I've got loads of plans. I'm feeling really fired up for sewing, which is typical now I'm going back to work. But I've got 2 Nico dresses cut out in the gorgeous brushed rib knit fabrics. So in these 2 rib knit fabrics, I want to finish my New Craft House everyday dress by putting the bias binding around the neckline and hemming it. So hopefully I'll be able to share that next week. It'll be all finished. I am going to get this cut out. I know the party season has ended, but I'm going to have lots of celebrations this year to go to. We've got a few big birthdays in the family, so I'm going to need a party skirt. I know that I am. So I'm going to get that cut out because I feel quite excited about sewing that up. I have got, if I grab it here, the Pogo knit pullover, which is the Friday Pattern Company kind of pullover jumper pattern. I have got this cut out in a Sherpa fabric. I'm not going to be able to get it out to show you. In this gorgeous fleece Sherpa fabric that I got from Fabric Godmother. I've had it cut out over Christmas. Haven't got round to sewing it up because I've enjoyed crochet instead. So I've got that cut out, ready to start sewing up. I'm really excited about that, and I want to get that sewn up quite soon actually, because I think that will add a nice little kind of layer piece and a little bit of warmth, especially at work when I'm in the garden. I have cut out the final two fabrics from my Make 9 last year. I've cut them out. So I've got this lace fabric cut out as a wilder gown, so I'm looking forward to getting that sewn up. And then I have cut out, I'm a bit scared to get it out of the bag, because when I cut this out, I didn't take a photo, but it was like I'd sheared about 12 sheep in my house. The fluff went absolutely everywhere. But in this bag, I have got the pink marshmallow fluffy fabric that I got from Sew Me Sunshine. This stuff goes absolutely everywhere. I got this from Sew Me Sunshine. I have cut out the Friday Pattern Company's heather blazer for Lola, and then she's chosen this gorgeous dusky pink fabric for the lining. So I've got that cut out. I'm hoping to get that started next weekend. And then I'm just going to grab a bag because I've been working on something else that I forgot to share with you. As part of my kind of different Make 9 plans for this year, I really want to sew up a pom-pom waistcoat inspired by a picture I'll put in now. So in this bag, I have been very busy with Lola making lots and lots of different pom-poms. And I'm going to stitch these onto a new Craft House everyday waistcoat. I need to decide what colour and what base I want my fabric to be for the waistcoat, but once I've decided that, I'm going to baste it with some wadding in the middle, and then hopefully I'll have lots and lots of pom-poms ready to go to attach onto the waistcoat. It's going to be a bit bonkers, but I'm all about bonkers and having lots of fun this year, so I'm going to really enjoy stitching those on and having a really cool, quite wacky waistcoat that's covered in pom-poms that I can wear maybe with my sequin skirt or with various other things that I'm going to be making across the year. So I've only made 50 pom-poms. I've worked out that roughly I'm going to need about 100 pom-poms. So I've still got quite a few pom-poms to go, but that's going to be a really nice craft that I can just do whilst I'm watching TV with Lola or Ruby, or we're all watching a film together. So I'm very excited about getting that done as well. That's going to be an ongoing project in the background. So that was everything I wanted to share with you today. I hope you've enjoyed hearing what I've been getting up to, seeing what I've been making, crocheting and sewing, and hearing what some of my plans are. And please do give all of the people that I've mentioned a little follow, especially the new sewing podcasts and also the YouTuber. It's always really great to support each other. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd really love it if you could hit that subscribe button. I am edging closer to 7,000 subscribers, and I would really love to hit that milestone this year. So any new subscribers would be greatly appreciated. Thank you as always for watching. Like I said at the start of the video, I really do appreciate your support, and I feel like I'm just sharing all of my sewing with a wonderful group of sewing friends, even if it is just virtual. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will be back soon with another video. Bye.